Hi everyone, I'm Joel Baird, the General Manager of Missoula Community Access Television, inviting you to this edition of Out and About. We're at Youth Farms, a division of Garden City Harvest, and we're going to visit with Gabe, Mark, Samantha, and Zoe.
This is the Youth Farm. It's part of Garden City Harvest Youth Development programming, and it's a partnership between Garden City Harvest and Youth Homes, which is the foster care organization in town.
And the land that the farm occupies is right next to one of the youth home facilities.
Yeah, that's correct. We're right in the backyard of the Tom Roy Youth Guidance Home.
And so when kids in the program come here, what kind of jobs are they able to do?
Well, the nice thing about having a farm as this stage for the job skills and life skills that we're trying to teach is that we have a variety of different things that we can teach the kids through the day-to-day work, which has to do with, planting, weeding, like small infrastructure development, building trellises and stuff like that. When things break, they help us fix it. A lot of mowing the grass and weed whacking, that kind of stuff. But we also do different workshop series where we teach them how to do basic automotive maintenance and sometimes more fun stuff, flower arranging and wood burning. We have our CSA pickup, so when the people from the community that have bought one of our CSA shares come during the summer to pick up their vegetables, we have the kids helping us run our little farm stand here.
Oh, nice.
So there's a lot of customer interface, customer service, that kind of stuff. So it means community supported agriculture. And they're called farm shares sometimes. It's basically like a magazine subscription, but for vegetables. So you pay in at the beginning of the season. That money helps us buy seeds, repair things, buy supplies, stuff like that. And then once a week throughout the summer, people come out and pick up an armload of vegetables. It's a really good deal. It ends up being about $1.50 a pound. So for our program, the way that we, I think, educate and specifically where our food comes from and stuff, it really comes down to when we cook together. So a part of our day program in the summer is we all take a small group of us will break off around 11 or so and come over here to the kitchen, make a big meal primarily from stuff that we have growing right in the field behind us. And it's always astonishing how often early in the season you watch these young people making the connection that this food didn't just come from the store. The food just doesn't originate at the store. It comes from the ground and people have to work at it. And so yeah, we definitely do try to make that connection as part of many of the things we do out here. So when people come out here and support our CSA shares, they're really giving the young people that we work with a great opportunity to develop life and social skills and job skills. And so, in addition to doing great things for themselves by participating in the local food system and getting themselves an armload of fresh vegetables once a week, they're really giving these young folks an opportunity to better themselves and develop their own skills.
And if people watching want to participate by getting a CSA, what do they do to sign up?
You can either call the Garden City Harvest office, but we have a great website, gardencityharvest.org, that you can go visit, and they'll have all the information.
So my name is Gabe Gores. I'm the program director of the Tom Roy Youth Guidance Home, and we partnered with Garden City Harvest to create the Youth Farm. This space used to just be a field of knapweed with this barn that you see behind me. And then the previous director got together and they created this program. And the main idea of it, the goal originally was, at Tom Roy we serve kids who come to us from a lot of different places. We may get kids from juvenile justice, from the state where the state has temporary or legal custody of the youth. And so a lot of our kids come to us without having very much experiences. And part of our goal is to help them gain life skills. And what better way than to have something where they can come out and work. It's a low stress environment. A lot of our kids have such limited skills and exposure that expecting them to go into a store and walk up to a manager and shake their hand and say, "Hi, I'm here looking for a job," is a big ask. But they can come out here, they can kind of get some sweat equity and learn about the different plants. They can watch it go from seed to harvesting, to giving people food, to going to the mobile markets, to selling food. And so all those skills that they can learn through doing that really help prepare them so that they can get jobs easier. It builds their confidence that they are capable of doing great things. So that was kind of the initial reasoning of why we built this or what the intent of this farm was.
Hi, you guys. I'm here with Samantha Seifer and Zoe Osborne. They're going to give us a little tour of this facility.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for giving us the tour today.
So there's some stuff that's either planted in the fall or is perennial, like our strawberry patch.
I noticed that as we came out, the
Yeah.
strawberry patch.
It'll be our last year here. We're gonna move it. Have a nice canopy.
Yeah.
And then we plant our garlic in October, and so it's kicking right now, doing really
Wow.
well. The weather's warmed up a little bit. And
So do the garlic seeds survive this harsh winter? Like when it was -10, the seeds are out here like, well,
yeah, so
see you soon.
basically, the seed of the garlic is just an individual clove.
Right.
We plant all of those in the fall and mulch them with like a nice layer of straw. And then once it starts to warm up in the spring, we pull that straw off to let the soil warm up, let the
Yeah.
plants come up, and then we just remulched them yesterday.
So the straw forms a nice warm bed for them to get through the winter.
Yeah, because we're just starting to get some direct seeds in the ground, beets, carrots, spinach, peas, and then we did our first round of transplants with kale, chard collards, and some cabbage.
Nice.
So all of our transplants are coming from the greenhouse, which is at the Orchard Gardens site.
Nice.
So the Youth Farm, River Road, and Orchard Gardens all share that greenhouse space, and it's really nice because we're also all able to share the responsibility of it because it needs to be cared for basically from 9 in the morning till 8 at night once it gets warm out.
Wow.
And so we share that duty between probably 6 or 7 of us, and that's nice that nobody's having to be there.
Yeah, the whole time.
Yeah.
Oh, look at the babies.
Yeah, these little guys also.
So
just
are these cabbages?
Yep, so these ones are cabbages.
In the year of our Lord 2019. And is there a machine that places this, or these are all hand
No,
placed?
this is all hand placed. What we do for, you know, on a small scale like this, it's really important that we like maximize the use of our space. And so we plant all of our brassicas, so cabbage, kale, collards, about 15 inches apart from each other. So we use something called a dibble, which is like a big square wood frame, and then on the bottom of it there's little pegs that are at the spacing we want, so you can go along and push it in, and then it keeps
So it keeps a kind of uniformity to where the plants are placed
exactly.
on the raised bed a little bit.
Yeah, let's see if we can see any. So yeah, this is just for our peas to climb up. They're just still trying to swell up here. Some of them are kind of a cool thing. It's like first they throw out this part, which is called their radicle. So it's basically their initial root
Yeah.
that they're throwing out before they're gonna grow their first 2 leaves.
Wow.
We produced about 15,000 pounds of food last year, and I would say about 2/3 of that went to RCSA, and then the other third of that is donated to family service agencies in town.
That's
So,
great. Like the food bank and so on.
yeah, so all of the youth homes that come out and volunteer here take home a share each week when they volunteer.
Yeah.
And then we donate to the Partnership for Children's Homes, Watson's Children's Shelter, the Aspen and Carol Graham Home, which support mothers struggling with addiction and mental health issues, and then the Recovery Center, which is an addiction service agency, and Mountain Home Montana also. They're just around the corner from us, and they come pick up a share, and they're just a support system for young mothers.
Right.
And then our youth also run a mobile produce market 1 day a week where they go to 2 senior living facilities
Oh, nice.
in the Missoula Indian Urban Health Center and run like a low-cost produce market.
And then here are some of those starter
that's
plants.
A tray of kohlrabi. Are you familiar with kohlrabi? It's another brassica.
Yeah.
Almost everything we're putting in the field right now is brassicas. They tolerate the cold spring weather.
And then what kind of trees are they? All apple in the orchard?
We have apple, plum, pear. One of the young ones is an apricot. So we have a cider press.
Oh, right.
We do a little fall fest. Generally as a thank you to all our volunteer youth. We have a little party and press cider with apples usually from donation from the Great Bear Foundation.
Oh, sure. So Samantha, thank you so much for taking the time today to show us youth farms.
Yeah, thanks for joining us out here. It was
You
nice to
know
meet
it.
you out.
And thank you, dear viewer, for joining us on this edition of Out and About. For MCAT, I'm Joel Baird. We'll see you the next time.